Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my podcast, Wine Therapy. Don't come for me. I know it's been way too long once again, but this time, okay, no excuses, but life has actually been insane. Let me start with I have been working on a project for, I would say, years because right when I started my podcast, I knew that I was going to eventually want to come out with some merch. And the opportunity presented itself when I met somebody who does print and like design basically for a living, and I kind of collaborated with him, and I felt like there was no better time to do it than just sending it. I actually did a whole podcast episode like a couple weeks ago about like what if, and I felt like it was good, but it just didn't like it didn't really feel like my best work to where I published it. So I kind of just left it there and didn't do anything with it, but I feel okay with that. But to summarize that episode, that's not an episode. I really talked about what if and how it's kind of just restrictive to like what we want to do, due to failure or fear of failure, or people talking about you or whatever it might be. And this was one of those things where I knew I always wanted to come out with merchandise for wine therapy, but I never had the courage to just do it because it is, you have to spend money to make money. So it is an investment at the end of the day. So I think that's what scared me the most was like, what if there is no return and like I just blow all this money and like no one even buys a hoodie and then it's just like look stupid. But I felt like I had enough loyal followers, and loyal people who are a part of this community that I could do it, and I would see at least some return, to where it made sense for, like, brand awareness, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so I had been really busy these past couple of months working on the design, going back and forth different proofs and mock-ups of what I want it to look like, and a lot of Pinterest boards, and I finally came out with my first piece of merchandise for Wine Therapy Podcast, and it is available to order. I launched it, what, 2 weeks ago now, maybe? Or no, last weekend. Um, and sales have been doing really well. I'm really happy with how the product turned out. I ordered samples, so I knew that the hoodie was going to be good quality. I used the exact colors that I have in my brand kit. Like everything just turned out perfectly. And I'm really proud of myself for just kind of pulling the trigger and doing it, even though I was terrified to do so. So those are available to order. The link is in all my social media bios. And but the back of the hoodie says, because wine is cheaper than therapy, and it's in like my light yellow font, whereas the hoodie itself is navy blue. I would be wearing it right now, but I literally hadn't taken it off since I got it. So I did wash it tonight. Anyways, okay, it's been a while. We have a lot to talk about, and I'm very excited. I think I've been putting off, filming this podcast episode because I feel like I want to live things, work through them myself, learn from them, and then report back to you guys rather than give you constant updates as I live the experience, because then I feel like I don't actually get to reflect on what I've learned and give any advice or like reflective perspective on like what's going on in my life because I'm still trying to figure out for myself. But I figured it out and I have a lot to say, and we're just going to kind of wing it because I feel like sometimes podcast episodes that I do are the best when I kind of just wing it. If you haven't noticed, my voice is gone. It's slowly getting there, but it's gone right now. It was my brother's fiance's bachelorette this past weekend, and I was doing a lot of screaming, so I'm sorry about that, but I kind of think it sounds cool. There, I said it. So let's jump right into it. We can circle back. Okay, I live in Tahoe, very small town. I've gotten very used to the small town, so I kind of keep making jokes that like I'm on my closure tour with people in this town because I realize it's kind of just easier to like be friendly with people than like have crazy beef with them. And I also think a lot of my crazy beef or like people that I didn't like, it was all because of my last relationship with my ex-boyfriend who was terrible because he grew up in this town. And so I kind of think since I've healed from that past relationship that did kill me a little bit, that I just like don't care and like I have no energy to dislike people. I just feel like it takes up all of your energy and it doesn't do anything to the other person. Like if you wanted to like damage them, like it's actually only damaging you at the end of the day because you're the one putting the energy into like not liking the person. So That being said, I have been having a great time. I've been busy with work, this merchandise stuff, and I have kind of just been in the groove and I've been feeling really good about where I've been in like my healing journey through my past relationship where I was cheated on. And I kind of started casually dating again, which is fun. I think that's kind of the topic that I want to like steer in our direction is casual dating because I think I've touched base on it in really past episodes, like years ago episodes, but I have new perspectives as we always learn and grow from experiences. And boy, do I have experiences to share with you. Out of my, after my ex boyfriend and I broke up, I like swore off men. I was like, there's no way. I still do. Let's make that clear. I still do. I'm just like not looking for anything serious. I'm in this headspace where it's like, I I'm so happy I'm in this headspace because I forgot about her, where I just like I'm having fun. I'm going on casual dates and like the dates are going so well because I'm not overthinking it. I'm not stressed out. I'm just like having fun. So to me, it's like I'm not stressed out about going on first dates. I'm just like, oh, like whatever. I don't care how this goes. Like it could be terrible. At least it's like a good story. I don't care. So I've really enjoyed being in this headspace again of just kind of like, I'm not really looking for anything serious. And I'm okay with that. And I'm very content with that. I'm not just okay with that. I'm very content with that. And so yeah, I've been kind of like dating around, which is fun. But again, like I can't imagine myself getting into anything serious anytime soon. So I've definitely been approaching the dating pool in that way. What I mean by that is like, okay, let's get into it. I don't want to go like into too much detail out of like I don't even want to say the word respect because I don't owe this person any respect at all. But just like out of like I don't care to like get into it because it's like that's stupid. But um I was like at a bar, this guy kind of hit on me, got my phone number. Um then I saw him out again. And then like my best friend and his best friend were like trying to set us up because this guy didn't have like the balls to I guess, like, asked me out on a real date. So we just, like, did group activities, if you will. And to me, normally, I'd be like, "Ew, no. Like, get away from me. Like, that's pathetic." It is. But I also, like, don't care because I'm not looking for anything serious. So, like, obviously, this, like, doesn't bother me because I'm just like, "Oh, like, cool, like, a new friend to hang out with." Like, um, it's fun to, like, go and watch a movie with somebody or, like, things like that. They're just, like, really casual, just, like, was never that deep to me. So, to me, those things weren't even, like, red or green flags, even though it's clearly a red flag, because I just, like, didn't even see it like that. Like, to me, it was just, like, I was having fun. Like, I was dating other people at the same time because I'm single and I'm allowed to do that. That's not wrong. We were never exclusive. He literally never like, okay, he took me on one real date, and I had to initiate it, and he was late. Um, so in my mind, I'm just like, there's never going to be potential here for this to be anything serious. Even if I was looking for something serious, like this will never get there. And again, really nice guy. But like I just wasn't like super into it or like excited because like of the way he was treating me. It was not like to me, like we were just friends. I can't. Um, and I feel bad because like he's a nice guy, but we'll get into it. So we like hang out once in a while. Like we don't text or anything if we're not together in person. Like we're kind of just living our own lives. Like if I run into him, that's cool. If he runs into me, nice. Like it didn't. We didn't text each other like, "Hey, good morning. Like, how was your day?" Like, "Hey, I'd love to see you tonight. Like, what are you up to?" Like, we didn't speak like that. It was 10 notches more casual. And to the point where like this is his name isn't even in like my vocabulary with my like friends. Like maybe my friends here, but like my friends that I'd like call and like catch up with, it would be like, wait, who's that? And I'm like, exactly. Like to me, it's just so unimportant, so casual that it was just kind of like, like whatever. Um, I kind of was just like getting over it because I was just like, yeah, like I just got in my head a little bit where I was like, he's a really nice guy. I just like don't really want to lead him on if I'm not like looking for anything serious. And like I don't think that I never thought he was either. Because like, clearly, how could a man think they're gonna get anything serious when, like, you literally see each other at, like, the local dive bar in town and that's it? Like, he doesn't even text me. Like, that's delusional. But anyways, I was just kind of, like, over it. Like, I kind of, like, got in my head again, like, about overthinking, like, "Oh, what if he did?" Like, would he be upset if he found out that, like, I went on a date last night with somebody else? Like, not that he'd have a right to be upset, but, like, I'm very, thoughtful of other people's feelings. So I kind of was like, like, maybe I should take a step back just in case, like, he is gonna be hurt by that. Vice versa, like, if he went out with somebody else, I wouldn't be upset because, like, we're so casual. I'm single, he's single, like, he doesn't owe me anything. Like, I would have never cared if he was, like, going on it. Maybe I would care because he never took me on, like, a real proper date. Like, we never went out to dinner. Maybe that's the only reason why I'd be upset if he took somebody else to dinner, because 'cause I'd be like, "Wait." So I'm just, like, the side chick. Anyways, um, so I kind of, like, mentally took a step back before I, like, physically did, and we had plans to go to, an event here together with, like, our friend groups. And the catch is that we were never, like, supposed to go together. Like, my best friend asked, "Hey, do you wanna go to this?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I do." And she was like, "Okay, cool. Well," it's like, "Okay, we'll go." And, like, these guys, like, their friend group is also gonna like, they're also gonna go. Keep in mind, the guy that I'm, like, talking to, I fucking hate those words, but he's, like, isn't even texting me that he's going. Like, I'm hearing about, like, he's going from, like, another person, and I'm like, "Okay, like, cool." So then, before this event comes about this past week, a couple days ago, I hear from my friend who's friends with his friend saying that this guy, who I just explained to you, is telling people that he's worried that I'm looking for something more serious and, like, he doesn't want to lead me on. And I was like, oh, okay. Um, okay. So to me, I'm just like, I thought I was pretty clear. Like, I didn't explicitly say that we were super casual or like seeing other people. Cause, like, to me, that conversation of like, what are we, or like boundaries, were not like, we were not even close to that conversation because, like, that's how little we spoke to each other and saw each other, that I was just like, wait, like, sit down. Is that your ego talking? Or like, what the fuck made you say that? That's insane. So that, like, kind of was funny at first because I was, like, exhausted from The Bachelorette when I found out. And then the next day I was supposed to see him at this event that me and my friends are going to, and then him and his friends are going to. And I was already worried about the event because, like, I didn't want him to feel like I had to be attached to his hip all night because I know that at this event there's a lot of cute guys. I'm single. It's my first time going to this event. I want to go run around, meet people, talk to people. Like, I just don't want to be held down by a man, especially. And I feel like I was trying to protect his feelings. So then when I hear this the day before, when I'm already worried about, like, going to this event and, like, thinking he's gonna expect me to, like, be with him all night when, like, we aren't together and, like, we our seats aren't even together, I was pissed. I was like, "Oh, okay, like, I'm being really considerate of your feelings, but, like, I guess I don't have to be because, like, you think that I want something from this, and you don't wanna lead me on. Like, don't worry, if I hadn't made it clear, I'll make it clear now." So I was just, like, uncomfortable with this and honestly pretty upset because I was just like, "Wait, what? Like, why are you telling people that?" Not just that, but, like, I didn't really talk about how I was seeing this guy because, again, so casual, it didn't matter. Like, I enjoyed hanging out with him, but, like, I was very strategic about, like, not telling many people because, like, it's a small town, right? I had people coming up to me like, "Oh, I heard you're talking to, like, so and so," and I'm like, "Why did you hear that?" Because, like, I haven't told anyone. At this point, I'm used to it, small town. But then, like, I'm just hearing that, like, he's not hiding the fact that, like, we're talking. Not that I was hiding it, but, like, I just didn't think that we were even talking because we don't fucking talk. Like, we don't text, we don't call. Like, I'll see him occasionally. So it's just kinda like, I don't like this situation. I'm uncomfortable. I'm out. So this was my tip of the iceberg where I was just like, all right, if I had made it clear, I'll make it clear tonight. So we go to this event. Um, one of like my friends, like my me and my friends, flake. So we actually ended up driving with them, which was the first mistake of our night because we had a spot open up in the car, but then they were like, "Oh, we have a DD, so I guess we'll go with you so we can drink." I literally sit behind the driver's seat. My friend sits in the middle, and then he sits on the other side. Like, I'm just, I also was really just not excited for the night because I was more stressed out and felt like a little bit tied down and like trying to be cautious of like not hurting anyone's feelings, but like kind of do an operation, like I'm out of here, but like in a respectful manner. Um, and like kind of just like bummed out. Like I enjoyed spending time with him, but then, like, to hear all these things, I was just kind of like, "You know what? Like, why am I even hanging out with him? Like, he's not even that exciting." Like, I'm just like, "What?" Anyways, so this whole night, I just to keep a long story short, not that it's a long story at all, I just went around and had the best night ever. And like my old boss was there, so then like we kind of got up and went over there, talked to her, met her whole family, hung out with them, then ran into some like guys that like we're friends with, literally just friends with them. So we're just kind of like bouncing around everywhere because like me and my friend went together. The two of us, we were who was sticking together, not me and these other guys. I'm sorry, but like every man for themselves, I guess, because I went with my friend to go have a good time with my friend. That's my intention. That's what I'm doing. And that's exactly what we did. We just ran around all night. We met a bunch of people. Like, it was so fun. And then, like, the other guy group, like, would kind of join us and then, like, kind of disappear and then, like, wouldn't. So then this guy, like, would disappear, like, the guy that I'm, like, seeing, like, Operation, like, I'm over it. He was, like, weirdly throwing a tantrum all night. And I was like, wait, like, did something happen with the guys? So, like, I literally asked, like, his friend, and I was like, "Hey, like, is everything okay with him? Like, did something happen between you guys?" Because like, I was just confused. Like, I'm going into, like, I'm going into, like, a karaoke tent, and I'm going in with my friend to sing Before He Cheats, and he is, like, walking by me, and I'm, like, waving him over, like, "Hey, like, are you gonna come over here?" type of thing, and he just, like, looks at me and, like, looks away and keeps walking by himself, and I'm like, "Wait, is this about me?" So then that's when I asked his friend and I was like, "Hey, like, is everything okay? Like, I'm confused. Like, what?" And he basically was just like, "Yeah, just like leave him be, I guess, for now." So I was like, "I've already been stressed like my whole night about this, and I want to have fun. So like, I'm not going to stress about it anymore. Like, he can do his own thing, just like I'm doing my own thing. Like, I don't understand why there's like drama right now." So this feels like it's happening all night. I go into a tent. I'm dancing. With like my guy friends. I'm sorry, literally my guy friends. Like, I wasn't flirting with them. They weren't flirting with me. I was buying my own drinks. I was literally just in the middle of the dance floor dancing. Keep in mind, it's like country music. So I'm like doing the fucking honky tonk and shit. Like, it's not even like flirtatious dancing. I'm like tapping my boots and snapping because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing when everyone's line dancing. I keep seeing him like storming around, and I'm like, this is so awkward. Like, I can feel the vibes. Like, why is this happening? And it's not like I ignored him all night. I didn't. I definitely like took a step back, whereas like normally I'd spend more time with him. But I was like, if you're not getting the point, I'll give you the point. So I kind of like wasn't avoiding him, but like he'd come over and like dance for a little bit. I'd like dance with him, and then he would like storm off again. And then I feel like I was doing my best to like hope that everyone felt included, including like his friend and then like his other friend. Like, we were all just together. He was the only one who had an issue with it and was like, we were in a big circle of all of us dancing, and then he like would run off, and I'm like, okay. So I stepped out with my guy friend, and because I did not, it was Party in the USA. It's like my one song. I'm just like, I don't know what happened to me with that song, but it's my trauma. And I step out with him, and we're chatting because like now we can finally speak. And he's like, yeah, like your friend like is pretty fucking pissed. And I'm like, wait, like what friend? Like who? He's like, oh, that guy. And I'm like, wait, what did he say to you? Like, did he say something? He's like, yeah, he came up to me and was like, I'm gonna kick your friend's ass. Like my other guy friend who was in our dance circle. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, my ex-boyfriend's an alcoholic, cheated on me, manipulation to a fucking T. So then to hear that this guy has any sign of like an issue with alcohol, I'm like, all right, goodbye. So that was it for me. I was like, yeah. I thought he was just like the super nice guy, but I'm glad he revealed his character really early on because I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen with me. Like, there's no reason to be threatening to fight somebody when I'm literally in a dance circle. One thing I'm not going to do is get controlled like that or feel guilty for that. I could be in a relationship and a man says that to me and I'd say, fuck you, because that's not right. Like, there's no right to be angry. Like, I'm literally in a dance circle. Um, and So, anyways, I see him come out of the tent as I'm talking to my guy friend about this. And I'm like, oh, great. Like, now that I know that this is drama, like, he's not going to like this. So I see him and I like wave again at him to be like, oh, like, do you want to come over here type of thing? Like, hey, like, come over and hang out with us. And he like looks at me and he exits the event completely. He completely leaves. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I go have fun. I'm dancing. We drink. We go on all the rides. It's so fun. And at this point, I've forgotten about it because I'm just like, I'm not letting a man ruin my night when I, like, what the fuck? Why would I do that? So I just kind of put it behind me and I'm just like, whatever. Like, that is not, I didn't do anything. I don't want him to feel like I don't want him to make me feel like I did something wrong because definitely had a few moments where I was like, oh no, like I feel bad, but I was also just like, wait, why? So I snapped out of that real quick. I ride the bull at this event and I check my phone and I have a text from him and it says, please don't text me again. And I'm like, all right, first of all, we don't text to begin with. Like, we don't talk. Second of all, okay. Don't have to ask me twice, you fucking psycho. I was just like, what? So I figured, and then I heard him on the phone with my friend saying, fuck that bitch. So after this, I'm like, fuck you. I don't know you. Clearly, I thought like you were a nice guy and I thought I enjoyed spending time with you. Clearly, there's a whole other side of you that I hadn't seen until now. Thank God I saw it when I did. I'm getting the fuck out of here. So I expected the next morning to wake up and have a text from him being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Obviously, I had too much to drink, like, blah, blah, blah. Not that it would make me feel better about the situation, but like, that's kind of just what I assumed would happen. Cause, like, what the fuck? No, nothing, nothing. So I feel like looking back, I don't think I did anything wrong. And I don't think I'm being crazy when I say that. It's one thing if he was like taking me out on dates consistently, calling me, showing consistent efforts with me, texting me, maybe bring me flowers, buy me a coffee, um, show interest in wanting to maybe come to my house sometime so he can interact with my family and actually take me seriously, then I would feel terrible if I made someone feel a certain way after that. But because he literally showed no effort, he wasn't even a gentleman, like, why why would I owe him anything and why would he take it as a serious, like, exclusive situation where it's like I'm not allowed to talk to other guys, like I should be sitting with him all night. I'm like, first of all, again, if a boyfriend said that to me, good fucking bye. That's controlling. That's so insecure. That's pathetic. Get the fuck away from me. Like, I don't claim any of that. That is not right. And then to have my first experience of a man speak to me like that, because I've never had a boyfriend in my life who's been like that, where it's like, oh, well, like you can't go out with your friends, like you're wearing that. Like that's what it was giving. And I've never had a man speak to me like that, because I think any man that knows me and has gotten to know me knows that they can't fucking talk to me like that. Clearly, this guy has not gotten to know me, like I've been saying, because we don't fucking talk. We hang out once in a while when we see each other out or whatever. Um, so clearly he doesn't realize that not only can you not speak to me like that, you most definitely cannot speak to me like that when we are not even in a relationship. So, moral of the story is thank God, literally thank God, he showed his character really early on in this situation, because I will have none of that. And I think that my past relationship really encouraged me and gave me that push I needed to like never put up with anything like that again, and notice like the red flags in somebody that I missed in my ex-boyfriend. And this guy was like a walking red flag, and it all came out at once, and I wouldn't have recognized some of those things if I hadn't dated my last boyfriend, who was fucking crazy and psycho and terrible. So everything happens for a reason, because I still question, like, why did that relationship happen to me? It's because you learn something from it. Like, I definitely had a moment um, when I was like hearing like everything that he was saying to like my friends, and like, fuck that bitch, and like drank too much and did this and that. And I just kind of was like upset, like, not because anything to do with him in this moment. I was kind of actually upset and got upset when I was kind of like, damn, like, how did I not notice that? To be fair, I would have never been able to notice that until he showed his character, and he did. I noticed it, and then I moved on. Very proud of myself. But in that moment, I definitely had a low point where I think my past trauma of like my ex-boyfriend, where I always kind of think like, how did I not see that? I think that kind of resurfaced, and that's where I kind of struggled just a little bit. But I mean, I like crashed out for maybe 10 minutes, and then I was like, all right, this is nothing to do with me. It's a reflection of him. Like, goodbye. I deserve way more than that. Like, what the fuck? Um, so yeah, good to be back. I have other things to share with you guys, but I feel like this is a great point to wrap up this episode of casually dating, and you know what that looks like to different people when it's time to cut that person out. Um, yeah. Anyways, order my sweatshirt. It's online. So excited about it. I'll have to wear it next time, but again, it's wet. So, I love you guys. Cheers.